recording of lesson 28, the Qal Imperfect conjugation of haya. So this is a rather straightforward lesson. In lesson 27, we just covered the Qal Imperfect conjugation for strong verbs. Now we're just going to deal with haya. We know that haya is a triply weak verb, having 3 letters in it that are weak, and because of that, it's going to change quite often. So we just need to be familiar with this table, all of the different forms, and be able to recognize the things that are being added to the root and what is happening to the root itself. So let's just refresh on the singular. We have yeh, the yod is added to the front. Some vowels are changed underneath. No longer do we have the a vowels that we're used to. We're left with a shva and an e vowel here, the segel. Yeh, third masculine singular. Tih, third feminine singular. The tav is attached to the front just like normal, but again the vowels are changing. So far no root changes. Tih, the exact same form as we learned in lesson 27 and lesson 23. The imperfect throws us a couple of curves having the same form for 2 different verbs, or 2 different parsings here. So the first one is third feminine singular, and the second is second masculine singular. Tihye again, spelled exactly the same. We're going to rely on our subjects, and if there's a subject in the clause. If there's no subject, then we rely on context to decide which one it is. Here we have tihyi, you will be. This is second feminine singular. The tav's been added to the front. The yod has been added to the end. Because something was added to the end, the hey, the third hey, in haya has fallen out. I call it the third hey because it is the third root letter, not because there are 3 heys there, but that hey has fallen off. So all we're left with is the hey and the yod. Tihyi is second feminine singular. And then we have ehye, I will be, one common singular, first person common singular. This is a rather important verb. It's the verb that God uses when he gives his name to Moses in Exodus, I think chapter 3. So he says, I will be who I will be. I will be who I will be. So this is a pretty interesting and important verb here, although it's not that common. But here's the plural. This is all new. What is not new, though, is the stuff that's added to the front and to the end. We just learned this in lesson 27, but we need to observe what is happening to the root in the middle. So hu, yod's added to the front, the shurik's added to the end, the hey's fallen out because something's been added to the end, and all the vowels are gone. So yehu, this is third masculine plural. Third feminine plural, tihyena. Tihyena, the tav is added to the front, the na is added to the end, and because this is a pretty heavy syllable that's added to the end, the hey is gone, but it's been replaced by a yod to help us get there. Tihyenu, so that's third feminine plural. Second masculine plural, tihyu. Here we have the tav added to the front, the shurik added to the end, and the hey has been lost. And this is second feminine plural, tihyena, the same as the third feminine plural. So everything's the same. We just need to use context and the subject if it's there to tell which is which. And then finally, the first common plural, nihye. The nun is added to the front. We're left with all 3 of our root letters, but the vowels have changed. So let's call imperfect conjugation of haya. This is not something that we should spend too much time memorizing, but you should be familiar with it because all of these are rather common. So you just need to be aware that the root letters are going to change, and we have to use our imagination and try to work our way back to the original root. For this particular paradigm, it's the third hey, the third radical, that is going to get lost. So we'll keep that in mind. And that's the recording for lesson 28.